Today, I'd like to show you how to create a Symbaloo page that is a gallery of your students' work. The first thing that you need to do is create a Symbaloo account. Right now, you're looking at our Technology Integration Symbaloo account. The second thing you need to do is to decide how you want to organize your Symbaloo page. I recommend two different options. The first option would be to organize by class. So for example, if you're a specials teacher or you are a secondary teacher, you might organize by first hour, second hour, third hour, or fifth grade music, fourth grade music, third grade music, second grade music. The second option is to organize by the project. This is especially great if you are going to be using multiple projects for a single class. So let me show you how to, once you've decided on how to organize it, how to get that set up. The third thing you need to do is to create the number of web mixes that you'd like to link together. It sounds a little bit complicated, but it's not. Let me start by showing you how to create for classes. First, I'm going to click on plus to start my own web mix. This is going to be class example. I'm going to organize my Symbaloo page by classes. At this, you can choose tiles or RSS feed. You are going to choose tiles because you're creating links. Once you've done that, click on Add. And now you have a blank template to work on. However, we don't have anything to link to this page yet. So we need to go out and create our pages for our classes. I'm going to call this Class 1 and go ahead and add it. I'm going to do another one for Class 2. And then let's say you're organizing by project, so I would do one called Poplet possibly, depending on how you decide to organize and what product you're using. And let's say Glogster. So that will give you an example of two different ways to organize your Symbaloo page. Each time you create a Symbaloo page, it is its own web page, so it has its own unique URL. What we're going to be doing is taking our class pages and our product pages and linking them to our original home page. So to do this, you need to share your pages. It's very simple. First, click on the first thing you'd like to share and click on Share. We need to give it a little bit of a description. And I'm just going to call it first hour. And we do need to make it publicly available in the gallery. And we hit share this web mix. Okay, at that point, you can see that it has created its own unique URL. I'm going to copy that unique URL and save that because I'll show you what you're going to do next. Now we add a new tile. This tile is called Class 1. So I paste my web address and it's called Class 1 Symbaloo. That works for me. I'm fine with that Symbaloo icon. Actually, I prefer this one. It's a little bit cleaner. And I'm going to show my text so everybody knows what it is and save. Now what this does is when I click on this, you'll see what happens. It takes me to my Class 1 homepage. Okay, now let's say you have some student work you'd like to link. What you would do is create a tile for each of your students. So let me just create a new, under Class 1, let's create a new tile. And I'm going to just simply call this tile Jim. That would be the name of my student, and I can click that. And I'm going to save it. It doesn't have anything linked to it yet because Jim doesn't have any work to link to it. Later, when Jim creates a piece of work using, for example, Glogster or Poplet or any one number of Web 2.0 products, including Google Docs, I can take that web address and link it to this tile. That way, when anybody who wants to, parents, guardians, and people who would be appropriate, want to see this Symbaloo page or see the child's work, they can click on the Symbaloo page and go directly to that child's work. You would do that again for class number 2. Okay, let's say that you have a class that is doing, you have a class, a whole entire class that's doing a Poplet project. And later on, you'll be doing, with that same class, a Glogster project. This is when you'd want to organize by project type. The same idea, except this time, your page is called Poplet or your page is called Glogster. So the viewers would log into or view, for example, Mrs. Anderson's homepage. They would click on a link for Poplet, and that would take them to all the students' Poplet projects. They could go back to that homepage, click on the tile for Glogster, and that would take them to the same students, but their Glogster projects instead. I hope that gives you an idea of how to keep your students' work viewable to the audience. Remember, refer back to my tile on my Symbaloo page or on the home page that talks about student safety and how we create accounts and how we keep our students safe and private.